And we're live.
Woo!
All right. TJ's got the home run chain.
Booyah! Booyah!
Appreciate you being here. Great podcast. Beef Loaf, tell us what the question of the night is.
Well, wait a minute. First, we got to do an ad read, right?
Oh, shit.
Oh, we do.
Get it
Yeah.
done.
So,
Get
hey,
it
we're
done.
going to
first.
come down. Like, we were going to try to, sandwich this in the broadcast. We're not going to do it. We're going to do it here in the video.
4 ad reads too much.
All right. So, if your head's cold, you know what you need? A 108 stocking cap. Right here, right here, right here. Okay? If you need a trucker cap, Treasy's is not available anymore. But we have one that says baseball, beer, and bullshit right on top of it, okay? Just like this. Right here on my shirt. So we have this shirt. We have the 108 shirt. We have the 108 shirt in black. We have the 108 shirt in the Bears. We do not have that one unless you were a girl.
We got this in the ladies. And I'm wearing the ladies. So
We have.
like
We also have
Nice tits, Treasy.
the gray, black on gray 108 hoodie. Those are available for I think it's $35.
45, whatever.
Something like that. I think it's 35 shipped.
Doesn't
We're
matter.
at
Totally
35
worth it.
plus shipping. So anyway, pick those out. We have a lot of fucking merch ready to go. I will ship it out more than likely the same day you order it. So we will ship it right to you. Be available for Christmas, whatever. It's a great gift to give that asshole that has everything. That's the socks. All right. Beeflo, what's the question?
The
tonight?
topic for the after show tonight is your high school sports rivals.
Oh.
So I'm happy to start.
Sure, let's go.
Treasy and I both went to De La Salle, which is right here on the south side,
That's
35th
correct.
and Wabash. I played basketball all 4 years, believe it or not. It's the truth. I would say our rival was Fenwick because when I was a senior, we won one side of the Catholic League, they won the other side. But that wouldn't be true because Corey McGetty was on Fenwick and they beat the fuck out of us, and they were much better than we were. So that wasn't
It was-
really
it
a
was
rival, right?
Quite the basketball player that Corey
He was a
McGetty.
little bit of a basketball player. So if you got your ass whooped,
Side story from that
Go
was
for it.
so their team played Corey McGetty, obviously, and we get to the end of each season, and we would do like a banquet for the team. You know, you'd go to like your local banquet hall, and we'd do a little thing, have dinner, and like we'd give awards. You know, oh, this is the best player of the year, best improvement, blah blah. And then for your senior year, Earl Brown, who ended up playing at Loyola and then in Europe for a while,
that's right.
put together a highlight reel of the team.
Oh,
And
no.
part of the highlight reel
Oh, no.
was a guy named Jimmy Pillars. He's the center on your
He
team.
was the center, yeah.
Going up for a layup, and Corey McGetty throwing the ball into the balcony. And they did a triple take on it. So, like, he hits it, and then it comes back, and he hits it, and it comes back, and it hits it. And, it was amazing, and people fucking loved it. I'm pretty sure Jimmy Pillar's parents stood up and, like, clapped. It was that good.
It was so funny because Fenwick's changed since then, but their old gym or whatever, they had a little balcony kind of right behind the one side of the stadium basket, and the block shot went up there. Like there were people hanging out and like watching the game up there, and the fucking basketball shot up into that area. It was a souvenir. It was like at a baseball game. It's like you got. But in basketball, you got to throw that back. Like, we only got one ball. What the fuck is that in this game, you know?
You can't keep it once you touch it. You can't keep it once you touch it. It's
You're going to
not
run out of the stadium to keep that shit. There's no way. So
McGetty
Fenwick-
played for DePaul too, right?
No, McGetty went to Duke for 1 year,
Yeah.
and then went to the NBA.
I'm thinking Q.
I mean, I'm thinking
brother
I'm
rice
thinking
to
yeah.
to DePaul to NBA.
So anyway,
bad.
our rival was not Fenwick. Our rival, it's kind of weird because the Catholic schools, like you have the Catholic League, but then we also played some of the other Catholic schools that weren't in the Catholic League, like St. Joe's in Westchester. We had a rivalry with them. But St. Pat's on the north side, we had a severe rivalry with. We played them sophomore year. We were on a 17-game win streak. We got into an on-court fight with them. One guy on their team scraped one of our guys' eyes, shoving match, all this shit. So then, when I'm a senior, they're back, and we're regional final. And now the regional is just like you're getting out of your little pod and you're going to
Yeah.
the sectional part of it, right? And so we won our first game against St. Lawrence easily. We fucking housed them. And then we're playing St. Pat's, and the game's coming down to the end or whatever, and we end up out free throwing them, and we beat them by 17 points or whatever. Game ends. I think I catch the final rebound of the game or whatever. I fucking spiked the ball on the court. So people come on the court or whatever. We're trying to get off. And now we've been fighting with this team all throughout, like when we're freshmen all the way up.
Yeah.
And we're trying to get off the court, and one of the St. Pat's fans grabs the guy who Treasy mentions, Earl Brown, fucking shoves him. This guy's got to be in his 50s. So I fucking grab this guy and fucking throw him like back towards the stairs, right? Now, when you're 18, that's probably not the best move, but it's reactionary. It's animalistic. It's like, you fucked with my guy. Well, fuck you.
yeah.
I'm going after you. So the assistant coach from our team grabs me sort of under the arm and like drags me into the locker room. He's like, get the fuck out of here. And so,
But
if I could, I would punch that old man right in the face right now.
Here's the funny thing is so this
He was definitely a white guy
so
too,
Beef
right?
Loaf goes after
100%.
Beef Loaf goes after this old man, and he gets pulled back. But I just saw I'm on the sophomore team. He's on the senior team, varsity team. I see my brother getting into some shit. And I'm in the locker room. So the locker room's at the base of the court. And so I come running out of the locker room and I get pulled back like someone getting pulled off at the Apollo. I go 3 steps out and my feet are now in the air and I'm just like Fred Flintstoning it. And like people are pulling me back and I'm just like, honestly, I'm like at the time 5'5", like 140. I don't know what I was gonna do, but I was definitely in for whatever I was gonna do. But like people are ripping me back, and I'm just like, my brother's out there. I'm gonna go get in this shit. And it was, but that's the epitome of rivalry.
It's like, we're gonna fight right now.
I'm getting out there. I don't care what happens. I'm getting out there.
Nice. Well, that's brotherly love too.
Yeah.
It is. That was more like I didn't care so much about St. Pat's. I don't give a fuck about that school. But like some old man pushes my brother.
Messing with
like,
my brother.
I want every gray hair on his head.
I don't care what
That
I
is I.
TJ, what you got?
So for me, it was always Sandburg, right? So I went to Stagg, Amos Alonzo Stagg, which was north of the Cal Sag. Sandburg was south of the Cal Sag, and it was kind of like, if you were north of the Cal Sag, you weren't treated as well as if you were south of the Cal Sag, right? You're like the illegitimate stepbrother or something.
Okay.
Like something was going on. So like it didn't matter what sport it was, baseball, basketball, football, there would always be some kind of altercation after the game. Like you guys had mentioned, there would always be something, no matter who won or lost, there would always be like fans up on the court, ready. There was something going down. And I remember specifically another basketball game that it wasn't even the team, right? So we won. We went into Sandburg. Final buzzer, Jeff Miller, who was like, it was Miller time, right? Everybody was chanting Miller time in the stands. It was awesome. The guy was all time. He was unbelievable in high school. But hit a buzzer beater. We won the game in Sandburg, and they didn't like it. So there was a huge altercation outside of the gym, kind of like what you guys were talking about.
Yep.
And the cops ended up being called. We weren't a part of it because we were already in the locker room.
Yeah, you were in the locker room.
I love it.
But we heard about it, and it was like they said it was epic. It was like high school against high school in the parking lot. It was insane.
Kinda love it.
Here's what I think they missed out on. They should have had TJ coming in with like jarts and just started whipping him. He's got arm strength. He's like, let's just throw these fucking jarts at people, fucking stabbing him in the head, like stunning him, killing all the zombies. I mean, I don't know what we're talking about.
My side, what do you got?
So, hey, Sterling is in my hometown is within a 3-town radius, right? We have Sterling right across the bridge is Rock Falls, and then we have Dixon, Illinois, which is about 15 minutes away. So the Rock Falls is definitely our number one rival, right? And Rock Falls doesn't have the amount of people that Sterling has, right? So we used to like just destroy them every year, destroy them. And I remember being like a junior in high school, and the kid in front of me, we're Rock Falls is still playing us in football, which they don't do anymore. They're definitely a different class. And I just mean because they don't have the enrollment.
Yeah, right.
So because they're fine people. I see the guy in front of me. He's got his head shaved like in the back because this is the '90s, and then he's got his hair on the top. But he took in a permanent marker wrote "Rock Falls sucks" in like permanent marker on his head. We lost that game, and I don't think that Sterling has lost to Rock Falls since then, or probably before then. But like that was what it came down to, and we didn't fight. I remember like when my dad would take me to basketball games and the Sterling Rock Falls games. You would have the student sections on each end of the court, right? Like on the underneath the baskets.
The baskets, yeah.
And after the game would go over, like the two families would just like go meet up and start fighting. And that was like way before I went to high school because we became badges, obviously. Like another fan. My grandfather, they used to have a train that went from Dixon to Sterling, and so it was just like along this major highway. They would get on the train to go to Dixon to go beat up some people, and then get back on the train and come back. So
Main Street hooligans right there.
Right?
That's exactly what that is.
All I am picturing in my head is my grandfather with his hair slicked back, wearing a leather jacket with a switchblade. Like that's all I can think about. So I'm just gonna say,
I'm gonna take the train down
any
there and punch them in the
like
face.
rivalries that we had in high school were nothing compared to the shit that went down before we were young. So like, everyone was like, "Oh, you guys are bad kids." No, we were not bad kids because we did not have switchblades, and we did not go to Dixon nor Rock Falls just to cut
To
people,
go beat people.
and then get back on the train and go back home. We did not do that. So yeah, those were our rivals. Those were our NCIC rivals, which doesn't exist anymore. But like, if you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. NCIC, baby.
Treasy. How about you, baby?
So I'll close it out. I think for
I thought you already
me,
did yours.
No, I did mine.
I'm kidding. He
for
jumped
me,
on yours.
I was so the main sport that I played when I was in high school was
cricket.
Exactly. Was soccer. It was actually soccer. That's where I went the furthest with. I didn't get along with the coach so much. We may have had a fist fight. But that is not important to this story.
That means
But-
nothing to the story.
But in my heyday of soccer,
I love
like the big rivalries for us were Loyola Academy, which not really a rivalry. They just kick the shit out of us all the time. And then St. Ignatius, which was
St. Ignatius, those sons of bitches.
which was a college preparatory
Mhm.
in our area, as opposed to De La Salle, which was a college preparatory. And the people from St. Ignatius were made out to us as the rich kids, which in hindsight, I'm not talking about the moment that we were in at that point. In hindsight, they were actually just a bunch of other people from our neighborhood.
Yes.
Yes.
But in that moment, they were presented to us as, these are the kids, these are the rich kids, and they think you guys are shit. You guys are bullshit.
Yeah.
And so we went out there like guns blazing every time we went against them, and they were good. They were very good at soccer, and we would play them. And I remember vividly, we were tied with them, and we had not beat them in a very long time, many years. And there was a free kick, and I was in the goal, like, because I was a fullback because I was not good at anything. And so
You got that
I'm
double
just in
bubble.
there,
I
and
remember this.
the ball's coming fucking right in, and it would have been a goal, but I have a massive head. So I used my massive head to knock the ball out of the goal and turned into a fast break, and we scored a goal on the other end.
What? Are you
And
serious?
Yeah.
Your
Not-
head
not-
to a
not-
fast break and
not
turned
off
off.
my head. Like I didn't put it straight.
No,
In the
but it was like an assist. It was like a give and go.
It was a
Give and go off your forehead.
It was like the start of the fast break.
Okay.
But in the
Cheers.
sense of
I
like
mean, cheers.
in the
Cheers.
sense of like a big fat guy getting a rebound and handing it to James Harden. in that sense,
That's the start.
There's nothing wrong with
I-
that.
I-
Nothing wrong with that.
I set
There's nothing
that
wrong with that.
chain of action in motion.
100%.
So we score, and I remember my coach, who was like was he like 95 years old
Pretty much.
or 55 or so, whatever it was, like just jumping off the ground, just going absolutely fucking ape shit that we beat this team, and it was like the fucking world to me. And I was like, oh, we beat those fucking rich assholes. Hindsight, I'm like, I know like 90% of these rich assholes, and that like their parents were in the same spot as us.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't much different. But nevertheless, that was like the high school rival for me in soccer, and like beating them was incredible. It was a fucking. It was an amazing feeling to be like, oh, we fucking beat these guys that we cannot beat, and we got through it, and I love that moment so much that I don't care about the reality of it.
Yeah, right?
And I think that's kind of the piece of high school athletics that you have to kind of realize is like it's insane. There's a little bit of insanity to it, but like you have to appreciate that moment of like of elation of like,
Yeah.
oh, we beat that team we could never beat, which was probably not that hard to beat.
No, but it was massive at that time.
Yeah, it
Right.
felt incredible
It
at
was
that
huge.
time,
Yeah.
but it was also just like, yeah, it's probably not that big of a feat. But
No, I remember this. I was actually at this game. I was the only De La Salle fan at this game because it was like sophomore level, so they're playing at like 4 o'clock in the afternoon. There's no parents there. Well, at least on our side. There are fans for St. Ignatius, but I'm literally the only
they're
De
rich
La Salle
kids.
fan there. Like, I have just gotten off school. I drove right to this game to watch these shit play. So it's pretty exciting. Like, oh, fuck you guys. Like, I wanted to give the double middle fingers, like, to enjoy that victory. It was really fun.
right, it was awesome.
Yeah.
But at the same
20
time, you
parents
look
on one
back and
side
it's like,
and beat
And I wanted to
with
blaze
double
them up.
legs.
I wanted to. I did. But I wanted to blaze them up.
you
Like,
just kind of look
fuck
back
you.
at it now. If you were to look at it and be like, this is unimportant.
Still fun, though.
It was.
Hey, a lot of
Still
fun things were
memorable,
very
too.
much
Like,
there.
we're still
Obviously,
talking about
I remember
it.
shit right now.
Let's talk about it now.
We're building the whole podcast on it, so I mean, I don't understand why we'd say that.
All right. Well, thank you guys.
Thank you, TJ.
Thank you, TJ.
Appreciate it, TJ.
Actual
Got the
MLB
socks
player.
fan. Got the socks chain
Oh, yeah.
going. It's beautiful.
We're somewhat related, but not really.
Oh, it's blood.
We'll talk to you guys soon. Thanks a lot.
Peace.